Tensions in the Middle East have just reached a new level, one that many experts say could reshape the region's fragile balance. In a move that has stunned both allies and adversaries, Israel has taken its fight against Hamas far beyond the borders of Gaza, sending shockwaves through the international community. For the first time, Israeli forces have struck at Hamas leaders on foreign soil, targeting them in a place previously considered off-limits, the heart of Qatar. This bold action signals a dramatic escalation in Israel's campaign against the militant group, and it's raising urgent questions about what comes next. Here's what we know so far about this unprecedented development and its far-reaching consequences. On Tuesday afternoon, as the sun set over Doha, the capital of Qatar, a series of explosions rocked a quiet neighborhood. Eyewitnesses described scenes of chaos and confusion as emergency sirens wailed and smoke billowed into the night sky. Israeli officials later confirmed that they had carried out a precision airstrike, claiming it was aimed at eliminating senior Hamas operatives who were believed to be orchestrating attacks from abroad. According to Israeli sources, the operation was meticulously planned, with intelligence gathered over several weeks. The targets were high-ranking Hamas officials, some of whom had been living in Qatar for years, using the country as a base for diplomatic and strategic activities. The strike comes just hours after a deadly bus shooting in Jerusalem, which left several civilians dead and many more injured. Israeli authorities were quick to blame Hamas for the attack, vowing swift and decisive retaliation. In a press conference, Israeli officials stated that the airstrike in Doha was a direct response to the violence in Jerusalem, and that no place would be safe for those who orchestrate terror against Israeli citizens. The aftermath was grim. Emergency responders rushed to the scene where 5 Hamas members were confirmed killed, including the son of a top negotiator who had played a key role in previous ceasefire talks. The attack also claimed the life of a Qatari security officer, further inflaming tensions between Israel and Qatar. Families of the victims gathered for funerals, their grief compounded by the political implications of the strike. The loss of the negotiator's son is seen as a blow to ongoing diplomatic efforts and could harden positions on both sides. Qatari authorities have increased security across the capital, fearing further attacks or reprisals. The city, usually known for its calm and cosmopolitan atmosphere, is now on high alert. Despite the deadly strike, the main Hamas leaders reportedly survived, escaping with minor injuries or unharmed. Their continued presence in Qatar is likely to remain a flashpoint in the days ahead. This incident marks a turning point. It's the first time Israel has targeted Hamas leadership inside a Gulf state that has long played a key role in mediating ceasefires and peace negotiations. The attack has shattered the sense of diplomatic immunity that many believed existed in Qatar. The international community has reacted with alarm. World leaders and diplomats are scrambling to assess the fallout, as headlines around the globe highlight the risk of a broader regional conflict. International reactions have been swift and sharp, with many countries expressing deep concern over the potential for escalation. Qatar's government has condemned the strike in the strongest possible terms, calling it a violation of its sovereignty and a dangerous escalation that could undermine years of diplomatic progress. Turkey and the United Kingdom have also voiced their criticism, warning that such actions threaten to destabilize not just Qatar, but the entire Middle East. Both countries have called for restraint and urged all parties to return to the negotiating table. Regional analysts are warning that the strike could trigger a chain reaction, with protests already erupting in several Middle Eastern capitals. The risk of retaliatory attacks and further violence is now higher than it has been in years. Meanwhile, the United States has called the incident unfortunate, expressing concern for the stability of its Gulf allies. However, American officials have reiterated that eliminating Hamas remains a key priority in their broader counterterrorism strategy. The U.S. has stopped short of condemning Israel outright, instead emphasizing the need for all sides to avoid further escalation, while maintaining pressure on groups it considers terrorist organizations. Political analysts are now debating whether this attack will mark the beginning of a new phase in the conflict, or if it will force a return to the negotiating table. Ordinary people across the region are bracing for what could come next, as uncertainty and fear grip many communities. Analysts warn that this attack could set off a new wave of tension across the Middle East, with the potential to draw in neighboring countries and complicate already fragile peace efforts. The prospects for peace talks now seem more distant than ever, as trust between key players has been severely damaged. The risk of a wider conflict looms large, with border tensions rising and diplomatic channels under strain. The situation is still unfolding and the world is watching closely. Every new development could have major implications for the future of the Middle East. For ongoing updates and clear analysis, subscribe to our channel. We'll continue to bring you the latest information as this story develops. And let us know in the comments, how do you think this unprecedented strike will affect the region's future? Do you believe it will lead to more violence, or could it push leaders back to the negotiating table? What do you think happens next in the region? Your insights and opinions matter. Join the conversation below.